Hello, good day guys. You are welcome to this platform. We are still discussing the course Financial Accounting. So the topic of discussion today is single entry and incomplete records. Alright, in recording of business transactions, it's good that a business organization employ experts and competent accountants to keep day-to-day business transactions, to keep record of day-to-day business transactions, so as not to lead to a situation of incomplete records or single entry. Now, the first thing is incomplete records. Please don't get it twisted. Both are not the same. Single entry and incomplete, they are not the same. They are similar but not the same. Incomplete records, it's when a business transaction, when the record of a business organization are not completely recorded in the books. Please note, incomplete records, it's when the records of a business organization are not recorded completely in the books. So incomplete records, it's a situation where it is difficult to prepare income statements. So if you have a financial records where it is difficult to prepare income statements, there's problem. And statements of financial position. So if you have a record of a business organization that is difficult for you to pick transactions to get your income statement, which is your profit or loss account, that means the record is incomplete. If you have a business transaction in which it is difficult to pick transactions to determine the statements of financial position of the business, it is what? Incomplete records. So under incomplete record, what are the features? Information available in incomplete records will relate to assets, liabilities, drawings, capital. So any information related to assets, liabilities, drawings, capital of a business organization only. That means it's difficult for you to determine your inventories and every other things, to determine your nominal ledgers and all that. So it's difficult to determine your income statement. In that case, the record is incomplete records. So how do you correct incomplete records? So in order to determine gross profit or loss from incomplete records, we have a statement. There's a statement. We prepare a statement of net profit. Alright? Statement of net profit is prepared like this. We have our closing capital. We add drawings to it. Then we less opening capital. And if there's any capital introduced. So when we deduct these two from it, what we have will be net profit. Can you see that when you have information relating to these, it is difficult to determine your trade profit or loss account or your income statement, so it is said to be what? Incomplete records. Alright, that's about that. Then what is a single entry? Single entry is when transactions of a business organization are not recorded in double entry principle. When transactions of a business organization does not conform to the double entry principle, all right, you have information relating to nominal ledgers here, you have information related to inventories, you have your assets, you have liabilities. So in this case, in single entry, you'll be the one to perfect the double entry principle by preparing preparing statements of affairs, to get the opening capital, as the case may be, by preparing cash book. You may prepare cash book to determine either your capital. You may prepare cash book at times to determine the cash at hand. You may prepare cash book to determine probably drawings or cash takings and all that. So you may prepare cash book, and you may prepare your nominal ledgers. So as to determine missing figures, to get missing figures, such as your control accounts, to get your credit sales and credit purchases, such as all the other nominal ledgers, to get actual value of the amount in those ledgers. Then with this, you can now proceed to preparing your income statements and your statement of financial position. All right, please take note. Incomplete records is not the same as single entry. Incomplete record is when you don't have all transactions recorded. The transactions recorded are very few, so it's difficult for you to prepare your income statement. So you have to use this to get your net profit. All right. While single entry, you have information in the available, but they don't conform with the double entry principle. So you have to perfect the double entry. So that's why we have single entry and incomplete records. So I'm going to post a question on the board, all right, that has to do with incomplete records. So we are going to do justice to that. Thank you. Okay, we have a question on incomplete records. Let's look at Clara Supermarket has an opening capital of 62,000 and the closing capital reads 85,000 with a drawing of 20,000. Later, she introduced capital of 15,000 into the business required. Determine the profit generated for the period. If you look at this question here, it's difficult to determine the sales value. It's difficult to determine the purchases, returns inward, returns outward, carriage outward. All other nominal ledgers is difficult. So to prepare income statement is difficult because of the information available. It's not complete. So to determine the net profit, you have to use what we call statement of net profit. Like I said earlier, we have statements of net profit as at so period. All right. So our closing capital comes first. The closing capital of the business is 85,000. Then we add any drawings we have. Add drawings. We have drawings of 20,000. So we have 105,000 here. So we deduct our closing capital and we deduct opening capital. The opening capital is 62,000. We have capital introduced. She introduced capital of 15,000. Capital introduced or additional capital, we deduct it. And capital introduced is 15,000. All right. So here we have, let's get the total value. We have 62,000 added to 15,000. We have 77. Let's remove it. So from 105. So we have 28,000 there. So 28,000 is the net profit of the supermarket. So the net profit of the supermarket is 28,000. Why? Because we have information related to sales, expenses, and the likes. So this is an incomplete record question. So stay tuned. I'm going to post a question on single entry and we're going to solve. Thank you.